Hello and welcome, this is Rufamonger, and my friends, today I want to talk about numbers of character usage in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now this is somewhat similar to a topic we talked about earlier a few weeks ago about character usage on PSN, on Xbox, on Switch, on PC, but what we'll be talking about for today is the character usage in the tournaments for the Dragon Ball Nationals going on worldwide right now. So this is the online tournament replacing the Worlds tournament because, hey, 2020, right? So right now, the numbers, while some are the same, some are different, they speak to a lot of certain truths about the game, let's put it that way, right? Characters that are popular online, like say Gogeta, as we shown in the previous video, turns out in this tournament style setting, maybe not so much. And you know what? Just goes to show, just because a character is popular online doesn't necessarily mean they're more popular in a competitive setting. Like to use, say, Street Fighter V as our example here. This is a recent character usage chart for Street Fighter V Online. As you can see here, Ryu, easily the most played character in the game, right? 14% of all people use him. But competitively, well, Ryu really hasn't been good since Season 1. Not a popular tournament character anymore by any stretch, but online, easily the most popular character. And with that said here, I have the stats for you for the first 2 weeks of the Dragon Ball FighterZ Nationals here throughout all the regions represented, and they do tell a bit of a story. So I have the first week, the second week, and both weeks combined. Let's start with week 1 here. And as you can see here, just done a nice little tier list format. Kid Buu is the most represented character throughout all regions in the first week of the Nationals, while characters like Zamasu, 17, and Videl literally didn't even show up. And one thing you can see by this usage chart here, well, I wouldn't call this a tier list or anything, it does line up with a lot of general tier list thoughts, right? Kid Buu, GT Goku, UI Goku being some of the best characters in the game, and people like Zamasu and Videl simply being some of the worst. But that doesn't always tell the full story, right? Base Vegeta is still an amazing character, I think everyone can agree on that. Majin Buu also very good, but difficult to use, right? And that kind of scares some people off sometimes. The new and improved Gotenks, I think, is legitimately one of the best characters in the game. And he's barely used, right? But some people, they already know the characters they know, and maybe they're not interested in learning a new character just yet. But overall, it does paint a bit of a picture. So with that said, let's move to week 2. And we can see a bit of a shift. UI Goku skyrocketed to the top. He became the most used character. There were 11 UI Goku usages in the first week, now there's 17. Because frankly, let's be real, people want to start winning. And if you got UI Goku on your team, it's a pretty good way to start winning, right? And a bunch of other characters, just a few of them get dropped along the wayside. Someone like Frieza went from 1 use to 0 because Chris G was the only Frieza. And well, I think we know how that all went out. And will this be a trend continuing here? Are we going to see more UI Gokus, more GT Gokus, more Kid Buus, more Brolys as the tournament goes on? Because frankly, people want to cut the fat and make sure they have the most optimal teams they can. A lot of characters, well, they can be pet characters, right? We got Goku Black represented in this tournament. And I don't think I need to convince you too much that Goku Black could certainly be a better character, right? And some people conspicuous by their absence here. Once again, Chris G was also the only person running Tien, and I think Tien Season 3.5 is the real deal. Maybe he's not as flashy as some of the other characters, but he has every tool he needs to win, and no one's picking him up. But then again, if you could have a team that's like UI Goku, GT Goku, and Broly, maybe Tien doesn't fit in when you're playing for pure tier power. Now, with that said, combining the weeks I think makes a very stark result here, because the characters that are on the bottom end of the usage, well, the numbers are pretty low, and the characters with both weeks combined on the higher end of the usage, well, hey, let's look at the numbers. So UI Goku wins out at a staggering 28 appearances overall, and then we have Videl, 17, and Zamasu, even with both weeks concerned, not showing up. And a lot of characters, as you can see, are like 4 or less appearances in this national tournament. And yeah, so Kid Buu, GT Goku, UI Goku, long considered the best characters anyways. I think this paints a pretty picture on when people want to start winning, these are the characters they're going to gravitate towards. as the weeks go on, because this is a weeks-long event, as it is kind of a round-robin sort of deal here, I think the numbers are going to get more and more stark, frankly. You're going to see more UI Gokus, more Kid Buus, more GT Gokus, more Brolys, that kind of stuff. And for the characters that are barely showing up, except for the people who just love their character that much, I think even more lesser-used characters are going to fall by the wayside. So it's just always interesting, especially I find in Dragon Ball FighterZ more than some other games, you know, the rise and fall of certain characters over the life of the game, who's good, who's bad, all that kind of stuff, right? Someone like a Broly, when Z Broly launched, he was a bad character, and he was busted. Like, he had trouble down-Hing, super dashing small characters. Like, if Gotenks super dashed you in Season 1 with Broly when he came out, 50-50 chance of it connected, depending on the angle. It was that crazy. And now, he's one of the best characters in the game, right? And certain people have just basically always been good. Like Kid Buu, despite how many nerfs he's eaten over the years, hey, he's still basically the best character in the game, maybe? He's never not been one of the best characters, no matter how many nerfs he's gotten. And with UI Goku being as crazy as he is, maybe at one point we'll decide he's kind of taken top spot. As far as usage is concerned, he certainly already is, both casually and competitively. So with all that said here, I'll be watching with interest as the weeks go by here, both, you know, as a fan, because, hey, these are some good matches, right? And also just, I like the numbers, that aspect of all of that interests me, and I just want to see the usage as it goes on. And with all that said, my friends, hey, I guess that's the end of this video. In a lot of ways, hey, UI Goku being top dog, probably not telling you something you don't already know, but sometimes it's just nice to have the numbers confirm it. And with that said, hey, that's everything right now, my friends. That's the end of this video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some Dragon Ball.